Mission accomplished and ready to return to Earth, but the alien queen wouldn't let me go. The stars never looked so calm as the night I prepared to leave Zalora Prime. My mission was complete. Beyond complete. I had brought peace between Earth's first contact fleet and the most powerful species in the outer spiral, the Valyrian Dominion. 6 months of negotiations, crises, near wars, and miracles. 6 months of sleeping under alien skies, learning to breathe their strange oxygen-rich air, and waking every morning unsure if I'd live to see another sunrise. But now it was over. I stood on the balcony of the crystalline palace, my helmet tucked beneath my arm, waiting for the shuttle that would take me back to the orbital station for departure to Earth. The wind was warm. The twin moons glowed pale lavender. And the scent of the alien flowers, sharp, metallic, but strangely sweet, filled the air. I should have been ecstatic. I should have been relieved. But something inside me twisted painfully as I looked back at the palace. Because she was there. The Queen. Queen Lysera of House Vaeltheri, ruler of the Dominion, commander of the 8 Suns, guardian of the matriarchal bloodline. And the most impossible being I had ever met. 1. The first meeting. When I first arrived on Zalora, I thought I would die. The Dominion didn't trust humans. And why would they? We were the newcomers, the explorers who pushed too far. The Valyrians were ancient, telepathically gifted, and fiercely protective of their territory. The first time I met Queen Lysera, she stared at me like she could see through my bones. Her eyes, glowing silver with faint rings of molten gold, narrowed. "You speak boldly for a species that still fears the dark," she said, her voice smooth but edged with steel. "And you judge quickly for a queen who invited us here." I replied. Silence. Her guard stiffened. My team panicked. But then she laughed. A soft, melodic sound, like wind chimes touched by starlight. "You interest me, human." Those words changed everything. From that moment, I became something between an envoy, a translator, a bridge, and somehow, without realizing it, something more. 2. The bond that shouldn't exist. We worked side by side for months. She questioned me relentlessly. Why humans feared death, yet rushed toward danger. Why we fought among ourselves. Why we loved so fiercely. She studied humanity not like a scientist, but like someone trying to understand a painting she secretly adored. And I studied her too, not because I was ordered to, but because I couldn't stop myself. Her strength, her intelligence, her loneliness buried under a crown too heavy for any one person to hold, it drew me in. But Valyrians did not bond with humans. It was biologically impossible. Emotionally forbidden, politically disastrous. Yet there were moments, small, quiet ones, when her telepathic aura brushed mine, soft as a whisper. "Stay. Don't fear me. You are not alone." Those brief touches, accidental or intentional, felt like electricity under my skin. But I never spoke of it. She never addressed it. We pretended it wasn't there. Until the night everything changed. 3. The assassin and the decision that broke everything. Peace talks always have enemies. Ours arrived in the form of a shadow-lurking assassin from a rival Valyrian faction. He infiltrated the palace, slipped past the guards, and attacked during one of our late-night strategy councils. I reacted before I thought, tackling Lysera to the ground as energy blades sliced through the air above us. Her guards were seconds too slow. I took the hit meant for her. The blade burned my shoulder, seared my armor, and knocked me down. The room swayed, pain exploding through my nerves. I heard Lysera's voice, not aloud, but inside my mind. A scream. No. In a blur of movement and raw fury, she unleashed her telekinetic power. The assassin was thrown across the hall, bones shattering, armor splitting. Her guards dragged him away, but she barely noticed. She fell to her knees beside me, her hands shaking as she reached for my face. "Do not close your eyes," she whispered. "Do not leave me." She pressed her forehead against mine, and for the first time, she let her telepathic shields fall completely. Her emotions poured into me. Fear, fury, grief, and something deeper, something she had never allowed herself to feel. When I woke in the healing chambers the next morning, she was still there, sitting beside my bed, watching over me with those luminous eyes. "You risked yourself for me," she said softly. "Of course I did." Her voice trembled. "Humans do such reckless things when they care." "I guess we do." She didn't answer, but she didn't need to. The bond between us had solidified into something undeniable, something dangerous, something forbidden. 4. The day of farewell. And now, months later, I was leaving. The shuttle descended slowly, engines humming in the quiet night air. I exhaled. Earth. Home. Normalcy. Yet my heart twisted painfully. I turned to the palace one last time, just in time to see her. Queen Lysera stood at the top of the crystalline steps, her white ceremonial robes trailing behind her, glowing faintly in the moonlight. Her guards stayed far back. This was not a moment for witnesses. I walked toward her. She watched each step I took, her expression calm, but her aura trembled like a storm contained behind fragile glass. When I finally reached her, she spoke first. "So, you are truly leaving." "My mission is complete. Earth expects me back." Her eyes hardened. "Earth can wait." "Lysera." She looked away, jaw tightening. "I am a queen, and yet I have no right to ask you to remain." I swallowed. "You never needed to ask." Her eyes came back to mine, sharp, desperate, aching. "Then why do you go?" "Because if I stay, I become more than a soldier who completed his mission. I become someone who belongs here. Someone who belongs to you." She stepped closer, her voice a trembling whisper. "And is that so terrible?" "No. It's terrifying because I want it." Her breath caught. Slowly, carefully, she lifted her hand and placed it over my heart. Her palm was cool, her touch trembling. "I told myself I could let you go," she whispered. "That your world needs you more than mine does. That your life is your own." Her hand slid from my chest to my cheek. But I lied. She leaned closer, forehead touching mine, her voice breaking. "I will not let you go." The words hit me like gravity reversing. "Lysera, my people will call it weakness. My council will call it madness. My enemies will call it opportunity." Her eyes darkened with a fierce, vulnerable fire. "But I call it truth." The wind swept around us, warm and scented with alien flowers. "You changed me," she whispered. "You showed me a courage I did not know I lacked. You showed me a heart I did not realize was half asleep." She lifted my hand and pressed it over her own heart. "Feel this. It has not beaten this way in 1,000 seasons." My throat tightened. "What are you asking of me?" "I am not asking. I am declaring." Her voice deepened, resonant with telepathic force, an ancient Valyrian oath. "You protected my life. Now my life is intertwined with yours. You saved my throne. Now my throne is open to you. You entered my world. Now you cannot leave it." Power surged through my skin, warm and electric. "Lysera," I whispered, half in awe, half in fear. "That is a royal binding." "It is. If I accept it, I can never return to Earth." "You can return." Her voice softened. "But not alone." Never alone. Silence stretched between us. My shuttle waited. Earth waited. My old life waited. But the bond between us, dangerous, impossible, undeniable, pulled at me with a strength no starship engine could match. You really won't let me go? I murmured. Her eyes glowed brighter, fierce and strangely fragile.
No, human.
I will not. 5. The choice. Every rational thought screamed to leave. Every duty-driven instinct ordered me to return home. But when I looked at her, this powerful, lonely queen who had spent 1,000 seasons without letting anyone close, I knew something with absolute clarity. I didn't want to go. Not anymore. Not ever. I took her hand. Her breath hitched. I stay, I whispered. Lysera froze. Her aura exploded in a burst of silver and gold emotion, shock, relief, joy, fear, and something so deep it made my heart ache. You stay, she repeated, as if afraid she'd misunderstood. I stay, I said again, stronger this time. Not because of duty, not because you command it, but because this, I placed her hand over my heart, feels like home now. Her expression shattered into something beautiful and unguarded. In one smooth motion, she pulled me into her arms, her forehead pressed to mine, her voice shaking. Then you are no longer a visitor in my world. She closed her eyes. You are part of it. 6. The new future. The shuttle left without me. Earth sent messages. My team panicked. My superiors demanded explanations. But eventually they understood. Human history would record it as the most unexpected diplomatic union ever formed. The Valyrians called it the binding of two suns. But to me, it was simply the path my heart refused to abandon. Lysera never again hid her emotions from me. Her laughter became warmer, her telepathic touch gentler, her presence a constant source of strength. And some nights, when the twin moons shone brightly and the palace grew quiet, she would whisper against my skin, I am glad you never left. And I would whisper back, I never could. 7. Epilogue. Years later. I stand beside her now in the grand hall, no longer a visitor, no longer an envoy, a partner, a co-ruler, a bridge between two worlds. The peace between our species holds stronger than ever. And when young envoys ask me, why did you stay on Zalora? Why abandon Earth? I always give the same answer. I didn't abandon Earth. I smile as Lysera's hand slips into mine, her aura brushing against my thoughts with the soft warmth of home. I simply found another one.